She's currently facing 8 years in prison. That's the worst case. She's not going to get that. But her minimum is at least a couple years on probation.
Well, you know, at least they're taking it seriously, right? That's all we can ask for. The other thing, too, is that people are stupid, and I don't think people really realize just how dumb some people are.
Drink the coffee. It'll make you feel better.
Do you guys remember the infamous DoorDash girl? The one who was just supposed to deliver food, but she couldn't help making herself a victim after she filmed a man without his clothes on laying inside his house naked and decided to upload it online. Well, the title of this video is "This is a Nightmare for the TikTok DoorDash Girl." No more wasting time. Let's check it out.
Things just got so much worse for the TikTok DoorDash girl because this is becoming a nightmare for her.
And if you don't know about this situation, it is insane. So here's a quick rundown.
So on October 12, 2025, a DoorDash driver by the name of Olivia Henderson got an order in Oswego, New York. This was apparently a late night Wendy's order, and from what we know, all she had to do was leave the food at the door, take a picture of the food, and continue on with her night.
Nice and easy.
She allegedly made a series of awful decisions. The police and prosecution, they're alleging that she pushed the door open and decided to film a drunk dude who was passed out on his couch with his pants down. So in my first video on this story, I reported that she walked into the house because that's what currently was going viral on TikTok.
Right.
That, from what I know, is wrong. So I have to issue a massive retraction and correction to that statement.
Okay.
All the, at least credible sources, are claiming that she never walked into that house.
I mean, does it really matter? She still took video of that man, and the police say that they have some evidence that she might have pushed that door. If the police are going against her side of the story, then there's something serious here.
Was only standing in the doorway. But still, either way, filming and posting what she saw after she allegedly either opened the door or pushed open the door is still incredibly stupid. So if what the prosecution is alleging is true, she seemingly went onto TikTok and tried to destroy an innocent man's life for passing out within his own house with his pants down. Now, obviously, we're not going to show the original video. I can't even find the original video. All I can find is a screenshot. But even if I could find the original video, I wouldn't be showing that here on this channel for obvious reasons. You know, because there's a massive privacy issue there. But this is her follow-up video to the original video.
So on October 12, 2025, the DoorDash customer requested that their order be left at their front door. When I arrived at their front door was wide open. Their lights were on. They were sleeping on the couch within eyesight of the front door.
Some of you may be asking, is this a recent video? It is. January 21 there, 2026. As you can see, he's probably just giving a recap.
With their pants and underwear pulled down to their ankles, and they were indecently exposed to me.
Okay, so she says the door was wide open, and the police and prosecutors say otherwise. And the reason they're saying this is because there's allegedly Ring doorbell footage of her either opening or pushing the door open. Now, the only problem is, to my knowledge, that footage has not been released to the public. I was actually hoping to see that footage today in court, but court had different plans for us today.
Because I also reported this to the police, and the police are doing nothing. I was assaulted. I'm the victim. I lost my job. I'm the victim.
Still funny.
I was working. I was literally working, and they deactivated me. This is related. They just punished me for posting about my assault while DoorDashing. They just fired me, and the police are doing nothing.
Okay, so that's her side, and the prosecution is basically saying something around the lines of this happening.
Sir, I have your DoorDash. Oh! Ew! I'm a victim!
Now, obviously, that video exaggerates things for humor, and again, correction, she didn't go into the house from what we know. But this was her final response before the trial.
Hi guys, it's the DoorDash girl. There have been a lot of people saying things like I entered the customer's home or I opened the customer's door, but I can assure you that I did not do either of those things, and I have obtained irrefutable proof that—
Oh, please. What proof? Where's the proof? If you're willing to show someone naked on camera, then you should be willing to show proof. If you've had this proof, she should have shown it. But of course, let's talk about the sponsor of this channel, fathershaverights.com. Engaged and soon to be married men, hiring the wrong lawyer can leave you with an overpriced, unenforceable prenup. Avoid the trap. Inside my step-by-step guide at fathershaverights.com, renowned attorneys James Sexton and the lead attorney lay out the exact questions to ask, red flags to spot, and proven steps to hiring the perfect prenup lawyer. The guide itself costs only a couple of dinner dates, far less than a single billable hour. Hit the link pinned to the top of the comment section, lock in your guide, and join the hundreds of men securing their marriages the right way.
The door was already wide open when I arrived to the customer's house, but due to its importance, I cannot post that proof at this time.
Okay, so we have two sides saying two different things. The only thing everyone can agree on is that the homeowner was laying passed out inside of his own home with his pants down. Then she had her arraignment, which was actually televised, and she asked to ban cameras, but the judge reportedly responded, so now you don't want cameras involved. So I wouldn't say that was a strong start for her, but that was her arraignment. This is how her first hearing went. And as we found out, it didn't go as expected, and it doesn't seem like she's just going to get a slap on the wrist.
Back at the airport again, because today we're heading to the TikTok DoorDash girls trial, which is tomorrow. So we're going to Syracuse, New York now. But I definitely wanted to attend this trial because there's been so many details about this case that have been extremely unclear. So might as well go show up and get them clarified. Yeah, this is the smallest airplane I've ever been on.
This is wild. And I definitely mean I'm seeing more journalism happening more on YouTube. I think that's something that's exciting, right? And who knows, man, you might see some of your favorite creators doing the same thing. I don't know, guys, should I go out on the streets? Not the street interviews, but, you know, traveling like this. I've never thought of doing this.
Welcome to Syracuse, where local time is 2:03 p.m.
All right, so I'm in Syracuse, New York. This is not Miami. Why get an influencer break the law somewhere tropical? Miami was great. This is rough. Tomorrow morning, I'm driving the last 25 minutes or so to get to Oswego. And apparently Oswego is known for being even colder than this spot. So that's awesome.
I hate this snow. I hate it. I'm sorry.
Good morning. We're getting ready here. It's like 7:50 in the morning here. The trial starts at 7:30. I'll probably try to get there like half an hour early so we have way more time than anticipated. Right. But yeah, for now, coffee, a little bowl of cereal. It's time to wake all up and
that's right.
We'll be good. There's a few things that are probably going to happen today. Or actually, I say that, but in reality, I don't know what's going to happen because there's always surprises when you go to trial. She currently has a public defender, and she's charged with 2 counts. She has 1 count of
public defender. She's screwed.
She has 1 count of Okay, so she has 1 count of dissemination of unlawful surveillance image. She also has 1 count of unlawful surveillance. Both of these, she's pled not guilty to. As stated, she's currently being represented by a public defender. From talking to the practicing lawyers I know, it seems like it's very likely that a plea deal will happen today. Who knows, though? That's why we're going to go see. The big thing is for her is she filmed the guy. That's why she's charged. You have a whole bunch of arguments about okay, did she open the door? Was the door already kind of open?
It doesn't matter.
How was the door when she found it?
It doesn't matter.
There's now alleged ring camera footage showing that she either opened the door or pushed the door open.
If you, as a man, tried this, do you think the debate will be whether you cracked the door open or did you push it or did the wind push it? Or do you think it will be the fact that you videotaped a woman naked in her home and uploaded that online? Let's come back to reality here.
Before she started filming. That's the really damning evidence. So we have the police alleging that she opened the door and started filming. And then we have DoorDash essentially banning her from the platform because she filmed the customer. But she's claiming that she's the victim in all of this, which is why, all of her TikToks started in general. So it will be interesting to see how her defense argues for her in court. If I was going to be making any predictions on what's going to happen is, I guess, plea deal, I think they're going to be very lenient on her. She didn't even have to bail out, so she was released on her own recognizance, meaning she didn't have to pay bail. It's basically just an honor system. It's like, hey, you can go. You don't have to give us anything. We just trust that you're going to show up to court. So I have a feeling that her sentence is going to be, or her plea is going to be very lenient. Most likely, she'll be getting some community service, maybe a fine. That's what I'm expecting here, but we'll see.
All right, welcome to Oswego, New York.
All right.
Beautiful little town. Okay, guys.
Here we go.
Court. I'm now going to find a little location where I can do a quick live stream for you guys.
All right, court's over. Let's see what happened.
Wow, look at that building. That's beautiful. I think that's the town hall. This is the city courthouse. This is probably the spot. Hopefully we could find some shelter from the wind, though. I feel like my arch nemesis at this point is the wind. Yeah, this is perfect down here. You just got out of the court case for the TikTok DoorDash girl.
Let's hear it.
Something big did happen, but it took a while
for anything to happen at all. So I got here at the court at about 9:21. She was on trial at 9:30. This time it was a little bit different because last time we know that we had footage of inside of the courtroom because the news was there. So the news, they were set up, they were filming her. I walk in, there's no TV camera set up. I don't even see any journalists. And basically I was there until the end. I can confirm there was no journalists there. So it's only me that was there, which is kind of interesting. Other updates to this case.
What do you guys think that is? Do you think people just lost interest in this whole situation, or do you think they decided to take the heat off her? What do you think?
She still has a public defender. She has 2 charges. At 9:30, judge walks in, everyone stands up, sits down, you know, the whole thing. And I don't see the DoorDash girl. I think it was just because I didn't see her because she was sitting in there. And at that time, I was sitting in kind of in the back right of the courtroom. And this courtroom is set up in a, not the best fashion because there's a column blocking the judge and the audio isn't really good. And it didn't seem like they had the microphone speakers on the back. So I couldn't hear what was going on. So I had to move around. Eventually, after they went through a couple of the defendants, I got up and I moved. And that's when I could actually see the judge so I can at least read what his lips were saying because the audio was still bad. And I think I sat down kind of behind the DoorDash girl at that point. And that's when I spotted her. Going through my notes real quick. One second. Oh, no. All right. My hands are frozen. Why did I not bring gloves? As a Norwegian, I should have known better. So 10 o'clock rolls around and I see who I think is the DoorDash girl's public defender. 10:25 rolls around. Nothing yet. Okay. So at this point, I've been here for a minute. 10:50 rolls around. Woman who looks like the DoorDash girl, who I think was, she gets up after talking to her
she in disguise?
Public defender and leaves. And I'm like, uh-oh. What's going on now? Is this another Jack Doherty situation where there's some continuation? Do I have to show up tomorrow? I don't know. I wait around even further. Then we have probably another 40 minutes of waiting. They go through the last people. The judge then is waiting for one of the defendants to show up. So we get through them and suddenly it's just me in court in the courtroom. And I'm like, oh, well, I'm not going up on the stand. So that must mean it's over. I go out to the clerk. I talk to them and I'm thinking, okay, there's a continuation that happened. Instead, I found out this was divested to county court. So originally where we're at, this building right here, this is the city court. So city court, I mean, this is kind of like small fines, but hers was divested to county court. So as I said, originally she was in city court, but now county court, that's the main state court. So that means most likely she's facing way more serious charges.
Ooh.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
All right, we've got coffee ready to be served for the DoorDash girl facing more serious charges. Listen, most of us probably assumed that she was mostly going to get some type of a slap on the wrist. Like when men expect accountability, they know it's not going to be something crazy, but this sounds like she might actually get some jail time, which is exactly what you would get as a man if you did exactly this. So equality is finally, well, let me not speak too soon. You know, they're like, we just decided to give her community service. We're going to talk to Ms. Coffee real quick. I just want to confirm. Ms. Coffee, question about the DoorDash girl. She was transferred from the city court to the county court system. And the host here on the podcast that we're listening to says the fact that they did that means that the situation and the consequences that may follow for her court case may be a lot worse. Can you confirm whether that's true or not, please? When it comes to that type of a transfer, is that what that means? We love Miss Coffee. It's been a while, too.
Short answer, sometimes yes, but not automatically. The host is partly right, but they're overstating it if they're saying it always means things are worse. What it means when a case moves from city court to county court. A transfer like that usually happens for jurisdictional reasons, not as a punishment. Common reasons include the charge level changed, the potential penalties exceed what city court can handle. The case involves state-level offenses, not local ordinance violations. The facts became more serious after review. Prosecutors decided it belonged in a higher court. City or municipal courts typically handle minor misdemeanors, traffic offenses, city ordinance violations.
Different question. Let me structure it differently. Does that typically mean that the gravity of the situation is a lot more serious in most cases when that type of a transfer happens? We love Miss Coffee.
Yes. In most cases, it does signal that the situation is being treated as more serious, but with an important caveat. Here's the clean, accurate way to think about it. What a city to county court transfer usually signals. In practice, a transfer like that often means the case no longer fits within the limited scope of city court.
Right.
That usually happens when The alleged offense carries higher potential penalties. The charge is more than a minor misdemeanor or ordinance issue. Prosecutors believe the facts justify broader sentencing authority. Additional facts came out that elevated the case. The legal classification changed. So yes, in most cases, the gravity has increased.
Listen, why do this? Why not just deliver the DoorDash to the door and walk away? You see how quickly one bad decision can land you in a very, very terrible place?
The key distinction people miss. More serious legal exposure not equal to guaranteed worse outcome. What changes is the range of consequences.
Okay.
The court's authority. The prosecutor's leverage. Not the verdict. The clean way to say it on air. This type of transfer usually means the case is being evaluated under a more serious legal framework. That raises the potential consequences, but it doesn't mean the outcome is already decided. That statement is accurate, responsible, and defensible.
All right, let's keep watching.
Or, well, not way more serious charges. The charges are still the same, but most likely they could penalize her a lot harder. So according to the lawyer that I've been talking to, that's the prosecutor that moved it there, most likely because of all the public attention on the case and the public outcry. So that means that most likely she won't get a slap on the wrist. So currently she is facing 8 years in prison. That's her max sentence because it's a 4-year max sentence for each of the felonies. And her minimum sentence seems to be a couple years of probation. And that is if she's convicted 100% though. It seems like she was moved to Superior Court. So that's actually even worse for her.
Damn.
Uh-oh. So that's what we have right now. She's currently facing 8 years in prison. That's the worst case. She's not going to get that. But her minimum is
Probably
at
not,
least a couple
probably not.
years on probation.
Well, you know, at least they're taking it seriously, right? That's all we can ask for. And the other thing too, by the way, you guys can go check out the rest of this video on his channel. The other thing too is that people are stupid, and I don't think people really realize just how dumb some people are. People can look at this who don't think straight, right? Uncaffeinated 100%, and they'll think to themselves, hey, why don't I try that? She got away with it. Like, guys, I don't think people realize just how slow people are. And so this is an opportunity to probably make a good example out of a type of service where we trust strangers with our food. You know what else was also good? The fact that they made an example of a lady who pepper sprayed someone's food on delivery. These people need to be held accountable. They need to get arrested. They need to face the consequences of their actions. Of course, guys, curious to know, what do you think? Hey, guys, as always, I appreciate you checking out yet another episode of The Coffee Pod. To my currently engaged or soon-to-be married men, if you need a prenup and would like a guide that shows you how to get a solid and legally binding prenuptial agreement, hit the link pinned to the top of the comment section and access your guide at fathershaverights.com today.